Hello, everyone. I'm Drax. You're tuned in to Draxatron, and I'd like to welcome you to Episode 5 of Let's Play The Outer Worlds. I'm glad you're here and chose to visit, and I do hope that you'll enjoy today's adventure. Let's get into it, shall we? Now, when we'd left off, we'd taken care of a few tasks around the Groundbreaker, which is where we are now. We had retrieved the medicine, or not medicine, I'm so sorry, the medical robot shipment for Dr. Dorset from Captain Irian, who was hiding out on Scylla after being railroaded by some bandits. We had repaired the Groundbreaker's heat and cooling system and solved their heating problem. And we had activated the communications relay system on a remote station that the Groundbreaker uses for sending and receiving messages to and from Earth. Now, we also need to, let's see. Now this quest here, we won't be able to do it until we're able to go to Monarch, so it's going to be a little while. For now, we are going to travel to Roseway, which is on another part of Terra 2 where we were in Emerald Vale, and find out what the mystery is there. Apparently, or at least according to what the folks that have talked about it have said, Roseway is supposedly abandoned. It was an Auntie Cleo facility, but there's some prevailing thought that the place may not be entirely abandoned. So we are going to go find out.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh? My cargo's worth a lot of money.
Alrighty.
Please, would you kindly inform the crew that long chats with Ada are not required every time the captain leaves the ship?
I guess that means that Felix is talking Ada's ear off. Bless him. Okay, let's see here. Why is it not... Hang on a minute. Here we go. Let's talk to Ada.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For Allah's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad.
There we go.
Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw.
All right. Thank you,
See
Ada.
you soon, Captain.
Now to go to Roseway.
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
And here we are in Roseway.
Don't they have anybody to greet arrivals? For paperwork or ticketing or what all?
Might be better that they don't. Well, first things first. Poke around the landing pad, see if anybody left anything useful behind. Anybody want some purple berry punch? Especially in these newer games, you usually have to go out of your way just a wee bit to find things that could be useful. There's you some Spectrum Vodka Red. I'm not entirely sure exactly how many colors of Spectrum Vodka there actually are. But apparently there are some that are only allowed to be imbibed by people of certain social standing. I guess they're just far more cost prohibitive. That's my best guess. Anyway, okay. There's a container right here, I think. Yes. Nothing in it, though. Alright then, we'll make our way down the road to the main facility. Oh, wait, hang on. Is there anything useful over here? Doesn't look like it. Alright, now we're going to take the road.
Chewed up and spit out. What sort of creature, other than humans, would be so wasteful?
It always pays to check out the little abandoned settlements when you pass through them.
Please, clear the roadway. Obstruction of commerce is punishable by a fine of no less than 10,000 bits.
Quite a fine. No, can't get that door open yet. These raptidons were having them a nosh, chewing on this poor bastard. What's left of him, anyway. Nanner Spank and Lemon Slap. What's this? Old journal. Dad, I'm writing this on the odds that you found your way back here. I'm sorry I wasn't here to see you. They're moving us out of town. All of us. I don't know where we're going. Hoping that wherever it is, they've got a lab as nice as Roseway's. We were doing some good work. Real science for once. I don't know why they're moving us, and I don't know when we'll see each other again. And Dad, do me a favor and burn this journal. I'm not allowed to even mention the name Roseway. As far as corporate's concerned, this town never existed. I don't want to get into trouble. Alright then. Container all the way up there. Let's just hope going to it doesn't trigger some kind of trap. Okay. Nothing else to be had up here. But as usual, we'll play a Moab Fizzy Tea. We'll do a cycle of going around the houses just to make sure there's no containers or loose items around the back, which it doesn't look like there are, though there is one here.
Organic materials detected on roadway. Please ensure mechanisms are free of criminals.
Yeah. Don't think that's gonna
obstruction will be
A
deducted.
detour? Well, adventure does favor the bold. Good, we're in.
Employee, you have been fined an additional 200 bits for commerce obstruction. Please collect your ticket.
What have we got here? Roseway Laboratory and Outpost, property of Auntie Cleo. Welcome, B. Martin. Dear Sir and or Madam, effective immediately, all operations in the Roseway Laboratory and Outpost have been terminated. Auntie Cleo values your commitment to serving our company and will arrange for your transportation and relocation to one of 3 available Auntie Cleo worker facilities with the following restrictions. Relocation fees will be deducted from pay. If your pay is insufficient to cover necessary relocation fees, you may apply for a relocation fee loan. Approval of loans requires an audit of your work history and permanent record. If you would like to apply for an audit, please submit a request form for a place in our surprise audit wait list. Please include your audit fee paid in full. If you cannot pay for your audit, please apply for an audit fee loan. Approval of loans requires an audit of your work history and permanent record. Thank you for cooperating with Auntie Cleo's relocation and site erasure protocol. Please remember that effective immediately, all registered Auntie Cleo workers are strictly forbidden from confirming or denying the existence of the Roseway Laboratory and Outpost. Violating this directive may be punishable by a fine, mandatory re-education, or a surprise audit. Well, isn't that nice? Let's see here. I was trying to think. This is a decorative for the ship. I had to double check. I thought for a minute I had
Clear the roadway.
forgotten something that I was supposed to have done, and I couldn't think of anything, so I guess it's just as well. Let's see. Okay, we won't worry about back there for the time being. Anyway.
Warning. Having obstruction.
They left their own outside to die? Was it that bad?
Let's see if anybody... Oh. That was the Auntie Cleo jingle. Okay. Well, here we are at Looks like it didn't go any better in here than it did outside. Burke?
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps. Alarms went off, raps broke loose, and I hightailed it in here to get a wall between me and them beasts. Scientist, name of Anton Crane. Someone said he's panicking inside the comm center. Oh, before I forget, Anti-Cleos makes the best pharmaceuticals in Halcyon. Better than nature. Not like that crap Spacer's Choice pedals.
Isn't it nice? Unfortunately, most of the items just laying loose in Roseway are owned. And while I have nicked an item or two, excuse me, I don't particularly want to be a full-time thief. So let's talk to Anton Crane.
If you've come to end my life, let's be on with it. Oh, not actually one of them, are you?
No.
Yes. Anton Crane, lead scientist here. I must apologize if my call diverted you. I may have panicked. Everything's under control now, though, truth be told.
Mm-hmm.
An attack. One that I'd wager was due to the nature of my research here. My research may not quite fall within legal parameters, so I'm under orders to maintain wireless silence. However, having your head used as target practice can addle one's thinking. I cut the call immediately once I'd gathered my wits. The Home Office can't know what's happening here.
So, in other words, Auntie Cleo was doing stuff that they didn't want anyone else to know about, so yeah.
No, please, hold a moment. Our security forces have proven themselves to be quite worthless. You seem someone not averse to risking your life if the pay were right. Might I interest you in an arrangement of sorts? Hours ago, a group of vicious malcontents fell upon us, shot up our labs and loosed our research subjects, the Raptidons. If those cretins get their hands on my research, well, they'll need not kill me. You have a point there. It most decidedly cannot make this situation any worse. All right. We were tasked with formulating a new and improved dental gel. One cannot exaggerate the benefits of good dental hygiene. May I continue? While doing research on enzymes specific to the Raptidon's digestive system, we developed an additive which we subsequently discovered to be the most effective appetite suppressant ever. Not just any diet toothpaste, the ultimate diet toothpaste. Yes, but don't kill their mother if it's avoidable. We've need of her to replenish our stocks. I think there's gas in the lab somewhere that can be used to put them out. The research is in the safe in my office. You'll have need of my code and keycard. The lab's entrance is in the side of a hill. You can't miss it if you just follow the road. You'll pass by the town's original... by the Grand Architect. Jameson. He's in the old lab. My protege. I sent him to retrieve some metabolic precursors, and I forgot him. That would surely lighten the weight on my conscience, as I am held to account for the well-being of every scientist here. Too many have been lost. Too many black marks against my name, as it were. And far too much paperwork. Of course they do. Please don't mistake my ambition for callousness. It's just that their constant complaining can begin to wear. They refuse to see the opportunity afforded us here. It's infuriating.
All right. Before we do anything else, there is, if I remember correctly, one or two other...
I don't know about Dr. Crane's research, but we ought to find Mr. Jameson. He's got to be all alone and scared.
quest lines that we can pursue that come out of Roseway proper. This guy here being one of them.
You picked a hell of a day to visit. I'm Vaughn. Vaughn Cortez. Dr. Vaughn Cortez. But just Vaughn's fine, really. Over in the main labs. I rabbited back here when I realized I was hearing gunshots, not blown fuses. We've been cooped up in here, I don't know, hours? Too long. I have to get back to work. Sure, loyal company fella. That's me. Auntie knows best. Look, I don't want to go back out there, but there's a thing I gotta do. I had to leave an experiment running at the lab. Something I've been working on a long while. Something that could really get me ahead. Know what I mean? I've been extracting organic compounds from raptidons. Compounds that have, benefits.
Extracting how? No, wait, maybe I don't want to know.
In certain social situations. Personal situations. Where you might want to, enhance your charisma.
Seriously. Captain, I believe he's making enraptured. It's an aphrodisiac.
I was just about to
Rat
say.
musk is the main ingredient.
What? No? I mean, yes, I'm getting the musk. With Monarch embargo, the price is sky high, but I'm not making the drug. Sure. Of course. Our lab's south of here, down the road. Not the old public lab, the one past that, built into the mountainside. My equipment's in the lower levels, way in the back. I have a big room all to myself, dissection tables and whatnot. It should have been running this whole time. Just grab the results and bring them here. Great! This is really gonna save my ass.
All right. I
This should
believe
prove a worthwhile endeavor.
that is all that's an immediate import to what we need to do. Just trying to remember, was there a useful... I don't want to take too much time.
You're underestimating the importance of the 8th back.
Blankenship.
Okay, these rooms are locked, so we won't worry about them.
I got 500 bits on the Darlings team, the finals this year.
The stats are...
And if I recollect properly,
Living in there would rank only slightly better than prison.
you are on a bit of a timer to find Jameson.
The ventilation shaft runs from the bottom of the lab.
If you take too much time to get to him, the only thing you'll find is a dead body. Oh. Thankfully, the place we need to go to find him is just up the hill here.
That's gotta be where Mr. Jameson is.
Alert.
Hope he's okay.
Security.
I'm ready for this!
Thank you, thank you. Sounds like we've still got a few more to deal with, though. All right, good job, team. Now to go in, find Mr. Jameson, and try to get him out safely. We do need that. There's 2 ways to get upstairs. Let's see if we can get this thing open without. Feeling irate? Try Auntie Cleo's Narchoc Lectic bars. Now with 3% real CCN 76, so only 3% of it is. We won't read those messages just yet. Okay. I think we can excuse me. All right. Look out there, Ricker.
That's the last of them.
Good job. All right, now to find Jameson.
Get ready.
Ooh. Flying raptor.
Did someone lift the lockdown? What? How the hell did you get in here? No, not... I don't care about the beasts. I care about the front door. This is an egregious breach of protocol. How'd you get in? Can't use the centrifuge without supervision. Can't file reports without him double-checking their every word. Can't save myself from mortal peril.
Well, you were locked in
It's like
here.
he thinks I'm a child. His hands-on management style is coming to a point of contention, I tell you. Please. That man doesn't have an altruistic bone in his body. I just happen to have the metabolic precursors from our last test. I'd wager my last bit that if you brought back the precursors and left me for dead, Anton wouldn't bat an eye. What? No. Come on. There's no call for that. If the way's clear, I'll head on back.
Good boy. Stay safe. All right, now. Who ate my lunch? Huh. Okay. Already checked that one. Now we've got a working terminal here. Auntie Cleo's Better Than Nature. From Anton Crane to Reuben Porter. Porter, according to my records, January 23rd is your birthday. As is protocol, please feel free to enjoy one 10-minute break between your normally scheduled 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock patrol shifts. I sincerely hope that on this day you take a moment to enjoy the fresh air of Terra 2, brought to you by the thorough kindness of Auntie Cleo. Regards, Dr. Crane. Jesus, such generosity. I used to have many years ago, a supervisor.
You're fast.
That reminded me of yeah, I get it. Don't worry, I'm going to break some stuff down here in a moment. I had a supervisor, excuse me, like that. She literally would act as if it was somehow the greatest of gifts that she would, she would say, oh, today is so-and-so's birthday, but would not get anything for anybody. And then everybody would have to, out of their own pocket. And then yet, when her birthday rolled around, conveniently, she had a $200 budget from the company to provide a little party. It wasn't nothing fancy, but it's like everybody's like, wait a damn minute. You're using company money to celebrate your birthday, but no one else's. Gee, thanks, boss. Anyway, I do need to get rid of a few things, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Do we need any more? We do have 2 tactical shotguns. I don't like using grenade launchers indoors, and I don't like using them outdoors either. So we'll get rid of that. Okay. I think we can take care of things from here. Actually, let me switch up my repertoire just a touch. Put that there. All right. Now there is. Yeah, here we go. Auntie Cleo antibiotics, served fresh from our petri dishes to your personal crevices. Ugh. Experimental notes. Raptidon fluid ingestion test. Objective. Determine the maximum amount of Raptidon digestive acid that can be safely ingested by humans before adverse effects present themselves. Procedure. Slowly introduce increasing amounts of Raptidon digestive acids into the evening meals of randomly selected workers and observe their overall health. Results. 1 millimeter, minor stomach pain and nausea, safe. 2 millimeters, minor stomach pain, extreme nausea, safe. Oh, geez. 3 millimeters, major stomach pain, debilitating nausea, some vomiting, potentially unsafe in the workplace. 4 millimeters, temporary blindness, frequent vomiting, patient unable to describe pain, unsafe. 5 milliliters. Milliliter. God almighty, I've been saying millimeters this entire time. Listen to me. Milliliters, Drax. 5 milliliters. Unable to record symptoms as patient died within the hour. Cute. I need to get new glasses, I guess. Milliliters. Millimeters. A millimeter of Raptidon digestive acid. God. I hear auto mechanicals. Well, since we're here, let's just go ahead and clear this place out. Because once we leave Roseway, the odds are we will never come back again. Let's see. Do I even... Oh, I do, don't I? Ooh. Ugh. Actually, that stuff is not bad. Let me hold on to that. Okay. I don't think I have. Wait a minute. Oh. Magazine size 12 light stagger.
I hope that wasn't a load bearing wall.
Processing data.
We've got trouble!
That damn robot is just resisting everything I'm throwing at it. Okay, let's switch back to the assault rifle.
Their death, our survival.
You said it, Vicar. I'm going to have to re-rig a weapon. Specifically for the purpose of fighting these damned robots.
You'll have to show me how to do that.
Heavy armor is nice and all, but you can't sneak worth a damn in it. Okay. I do believe that is everything in this particular facility, anyway. Right. Marauders. All right, here we go. Guess we found what we were looking for. far as who's responsible for causing this whole mess. And while I'm thinking about it,
Isn't this pretty, Captain? I love all the trees. We ought to go places like this one.
it'd be
Why'd
nicer
they
if
have to build the
they hadn't
lab
cut so many
damn
of them
far
down.
away? I guess the trek alone is meant to deter the curious.
Now, to get to the lab, the road right there leads just around the bend. There's 2 ways in. 3, actually. Unfortunately, the outside here is crawling with marauders. Including that one very limited in situational awareness fella right there that literally turned around and looked straight at me and still didn't say or do anything. AI, you gotta love it sometimes. But for the sake of keeping things simple.
Keep quiet.
Okay, here we go! Way to go, Cap!
Everyone all right?
All right. Cleaned them out. Now up here, around this direction. Oh my. Let's see here. Be mindful. I see you. Seriously? Hey. Anyway, what I was going to say a moment ago was there is a
Mysterious doors are the funnest sorts of doors.
back entrance here.
I always wanted to sneak into a secret lab by crawling through the vents like they do in the serials.
That you can get into the antibiotics lab through. But, believe it or not, there is actually some benefit to going in the front door in this situation. Okay. Actually, let's hold off on that one. Let's do... where was it? This one. That way we don't have to worry about being over encumbered. It's always your worst enemy in any Fallout or Elder Scrolls game, is being over encumbered. And then having to junk or drop items that you just ultimately decide you can do without. Only to have to try to tell yourself I'll go back for it later, and then you forget to. Now there's a side door into the facility, but we do want to go
to put up a sign
in the front door.
We're just gonna walk in? I mean, it's a secret right on it.
Could be security beyond the main doors. I'll watch your back if you're planning to waltz right in.
Yep. We're going to go in the front door. Through here.
Who the... You. Yeah, you. Get over here. You care to explain what you're doing here? Did you miss the big sign outside?
No.
That I am. Name's Porter. If Doc Crane did send you, I'd be glad for the help. Bad news is, we haven't been able to clean these outlaws out of the lab. Good news is, they haven't been able to escape, neither. That's how they got in. We got that locked down. There's no access from their level without a security keycard. That also means no fresh air down there. Probably reeks of Raptidon musk.
Ew.
Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch. For now, I reckon they got no backup. On the other hand, we don't neither. And our mechanicals all went haywire for some damn reason. Damn mechanicals have always been more trouble than they're worth. Pretty damn sure. The shafts are sealed with 4-centimeter hatches. They're not getting back out that way without a security keycard. They'd need to take mine. Or make a new one in my office, I guess. Why you want to know that? One level down across from the cafeteria. But I locked it up, and I got the only keycard. To get in, they'd have to blow it. We'd hear. Organized crew like this, they probably got somebody to do that. You got a point. Better to be safe than shot in the back.
All right. Thankfully, they do not complain about taking this stuff here. I suppose why would they? If the folks that are carrying it are dead. Now this door, if I remember correctly, is barred. So this is the only way through. There's an auto mechanical right over there. Ew. Oh, that's nice. Seriously, someone needs to scrub the toilets. Let's see if I can get this open. Not locked, oddly enough.
Nice.
What's this? Actually, no, let me take that.
Easy. Wow.
Easy.
Wonder what he did to get locked up. Alright. Containment cell control terminal. I can get this open, but it's going to take me a few seconds.
Impressive, as always.
Extra useful because there's a repair bench in here. Plus there's some goodies. Why isn't a... You know what, never mind. I'm not even going to ask. That was the primary item of importance here, the vermin. This rather attractive looking pistol. Let's see. We'll switch it out with that, and then we'll go right over here and modify it. Now, and let's see about, actually, you know, yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. I was doing it backwards. My bad. Let's see, 339. Okay, so the Vicar is in good shape. Let's see if we can't do something about modifying his weapon. And do we have anything? We do not. Okay. One more time. Now we have modified this weapon with a shock feature. It's effective against auto mechanicals.
Here we go. Don't mess with us.
And it also temporarily can disrupt living creatures like people or monsters. There was an auto. And there's some people over here. Probably the marauders. Trapped on the lower level.
You okay, Captain?
I'm alright. Thank you for asking. Now, before we do anything else, we have plenty of items here to acquire. Some will be useful, some will not. And some we can just break down. Actually, you know what? I do need to pick up some... I do, as silly as it sounds, there are two refrigerators in the Unreliables galley. I do like to put food and drink in there just so it's like, hey, you know, the folks have got stuff to grab when they're hungry, even though they technically never do. Okay, what do we got here? Now, when we were talking to Dr. Crane back in Roseway, he did mention they want the Raptidon mother kept alive. And mentioned gas. Well, this is one of the canisters here, a sedative gas. You need 3 of them. A label on the canister states, Auntie Cleo's Raptagon is guaranteed to render even the largest Raptidon unconscious for no less than 6 hours and has a refreshing antiseptic scent. Should a method for gas dispersal be found, this canister may prove very useful. A pleasing antiseptic scent. Well, it's good to know that when I'm gassing the Raptidons, they will have the opportunity to enjoy that delightful antiseptic scent. I think... Okay, yeah, this was the cut through. But I do need to get in here, actually.
Great work.
Because here is another gas canister. Right. And then, last but not least,
the lab would be grander.
one more gas canister. Anybody want a heavy machine gun? What do we got here? Security lockdown. All personnel, please report to assigned workstations. Report suspicious activity to the nearest site safety engineer. Have you brushed your teeth with Auntie's blinding white paste today? Orson Shaw. Okay. From E. Finley. Orson, you assured me the new lunch rations are harmless, but I've experienced an unexpected flood of symptoms. I've logged irregular seepage with every afternoon between 14:23 and 14:43. Please find what I consider evidence deposited. Oh my God. From our reporter. Orson, I took our automechanical parts back. I catch you swiping for maintenance again, I'll slap you down so hard they'll feel it in Byzantium. We've got enough problems keeping them contraptions running. From V. Cortez. Hey Orson, if you're up for it, there should be a new batch of concentrated distillate available tonight. Meet me outside the gate at 1700. Why does it sound like they're passing around moonshine? Concentrated distillate. Sounds mildly shady. Now, Security Chief's office is over here at the end of the hall. We got to shooting at things.
I think you could jimmy that one proper, Captain. Doesn't look too tough.
And it looks like the it does look like the Marauders definitely made a go of it.
Nice.
All right, what have we got? Uh-huh. Oh, the happy sisty pig. Yay. Alright. Now we have a security key card for this place. Okay, that cleans this place out. Now that he already looted him. Now this was probably Anton's. Okay, yeah. Anton's office. The safe has been forcibly opened with its contents tossed about haphazardly. The remaining notes refer to various aborted projects. Anton's prized research is nowhere to be found. Scorch marks along the rim suggest the work of unsettled thieves. Outlaws most likely made off with Anton's work.
Empty. Someone got to the research already.
Unsightly bloodstains? Consider Auntie Cleo's laundry soap, now with a refreshing lemon zing scent. Okay, all these are from G. Trammell, Project Winter Blue Mount. The latest batch is showing great promise, Anton, and, though I hesitate to tempt the fates, I might even dare to say it's a smashing success. Incidents of cavities have dropped significantly in the test subjects using the toothpaste, with only minor side effects. Nothing too serious, mind you, just a touch of blindness, so if you could look into that, it would be much appreciated. Keep this up, and you'll find yourself in Byzantium post-haste. Jeff Trammell, Project Director, Auntie Cleo. Okay, somebody from the head office, I guess. Upon further review of our results, we've uncovered something quite fascinating. While the toothpaste does reduce cavities, it does so only nominally more than the current version. Our results were skewed by the fact that our test subjects had a marked decrease in appetite, and hence were eating much less. That will teach us to monitor our subjects more closely, eh? Seriously, though, the appetite-suppressant qualities of this new formulation are quite incredible, though the taste and texture leave something to be desired, so we'd like for that to be your focus moving forward. No need to waste any more time on the blindness thing. We've got the boys in marketing working on a solution on our end. Jeff Trammell, Project Director, Auntie Cleo. Seriously, Anton, you really must let the whole blindness thing go. Your dedication to solving it is admirable, but also a bit misguided, I dare say. It's really not that big of an issue in the grand scope of this whole thing, and pales in comparison to the texture and flavor issues, which we'd prefer for you to spend all your time on. You're also mistaken about our ultimate goals for the product. The appetite suppressant qualities make this something much more valuable in the townships than even in Byzantium. The need for less food to satisfy our workers can add greatly to our bottom line, so marketing is focusing their efforts in that direction. I'm not certain, but that may have been something to do with them rejecting your app-zap suggestion for the name. Let's leave marketing to the marketing department, shall we? Jeff Trammell, Project Director. What started out as a let's make a better toothpaste project turned into we can save boatloads of money on food and drink supplies for our workers if we make them use this delightful paste, what considerably reduces their appetite. Such altruism.
Hey! You! Over here!
You can wait your turn.
Oh, good. You're not shooting at me. That's a start. It's been a bit of a day, so I'll get to the point. Yes, I have Crane's research. No, I'm not giving it back. Sorry to disappoint you.
Well,
Yes, I imagine he does. But we all have problems. It is the human condition. I am myself ensnared in this wretched place. You want to kill me. I don't want to die. Therefore, it is in my best interest to negotiate with you. Help me get out of here, and I will pay you for my life.
You're not getting out of here with that research. Sorry.
You're asking a great deal from me. This research is my only bargaining chip.
Tough.
You're not wrong. Help me get out of here, and I might be willing to hand over my research. The first thing I need is a key card to unlock my door. Then I'd need you to clear me a path out of here. There are 2 ways out. The quickest is through the front door, but Cleo security's bottled up in there. If you don't want to shoot them, I suppose you could talk to them. The other way out is through the loading bay, but you'd have to clear out the rafts for me. Then I could just slip out the back, sight unseen. Because Crane is a tool. Because no good deed goes unrewarded. Because doing me a good turn is the honorable and decent thing. Take your pick. We are all of us trapped. You, me, the scientists. This is not a colony. It is a slave camp. Yes, we raided the lab, shot some guards. Killed a few scientists in the crossfire, but it was all for a higher cause.
Cute.
Then we will tear it down again. Do you know what propaganda by the deed means? It means we set an example by our actions. It means we send a message.
She is a bit snooty, isn't she?
I prefer freedom fighter, but I will not quibble over semantics. Come on now. Do you want to be dull and boring and servile like everyone else? Or do you want to break some rules?
Alright, I'll see what I can do for you.
You might be the first stroke of luck I've had all day. Thank you. I'm in your debt. Take your time. I am, to my chagrin, not going anywhere.
Alright, and since we're here... Vaughn's lab is right here.
Oh my gosh. This is... Please say we don't gotta walk through that.
No, we can go around. So far, the musk extraction is coming along nicely. Pressure levels seem to be staying even, and variance in the samples seems to be at an acceptable tolerance. I thought these rafts smelled bad on the outside. Now that they're cut open, everyone is likely to avoid my lab for the rest of the day while I finish this up. Wait a sec, there's some kind of commotion going on out in the hall. An alarm just started going off. Must be another damned security system check. Let me go see what is going on. Alright then. I don't think there's anything of particular note. Nope. I'll go around to the other side to grab that laying on the table there. Dr. Cortez, in response to your recent inquiry, I must admit my surprise at receiving a message from Roseway, though not as surprised as you might assume. My associates and I are quite aware the town isn't as dead as the maps say. You'd be surprised how common that is. As you have assumed, we are most decidedly interested in the particulars of your research. We do have the resources to process the byproducts available to you and distribute them. If you acquire these byproducts for us, say in batches of 25 milliliters, we'll pay you a generous fee for each. Exchanges would be made at one of the caves outside town. For your own safety, destroy this note. There's nothing here that threatens us, but plenty to incriminate you. Don't be careless, Doctor. If you need to, you can refer to me as Gary. Sounds like... Let's see, I'm going to... Yeah. Okay. And Gary was looking for a way to market his wrapped musk to turn a profit. Well, since we're up here, that door is barred. Yes, Raptidons do spit an acidic substance that is most decidedly unpleasant to get hit by. This was that side door that I mentioned earlier. Okay. Anything useful? Oh, that's nice. Yay. Well, that batch of wraps is cleared, but there are more. Down through this door right back here.
Have your back, Captain. That's one down.
Everyone all right?
Okay. That takes care of that. Very appealing, I know. Now I think yes. There is a lift here that goes upstairs. For the moment, we're going to leave you hanging just for a second before I completely forget about it and go deal with the one last task that we have to address. Hans, I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is that we've got a sprat problem. Thanks to the little monsters chewing on our wires, our ventilation system is temporarily offline. If your raptidons are cranky, you'll need to sedate them manually. Bring a few canisters of sedative and hook it up to the auxiliary terminal in the main research chamber. The good news is that my Hephaestus hammers clobbered your precious Rizzo's Rangers. Would you care for some Auntie Cleo's tripicale pasta sauce with your humble pie? Rohan. Hans, please explain the unmitigated disaster I'm currently holding in my hand. I have here a form approving the relocation of our Raptidon mother to the main hall. A form signed by you. First of all, the structural integrity of our Raptidon tanks are not nearly sufficient to contain an enraged Raptidon mother. Secondly, Raptidons are notoriously territorial and extremely protective of their young. Please stop me if I'm using too many numbers for you. I know you have a problem with basic arithmetic, seeing how you don't seem to realize that Raptidon mother plus Raptidon tank equals murder. Respectfully yours, Gale. Cute. Alright then. Now, the terminal that you plug the sedatives into is right over there, but you have to be mindful of where the Raptidons are. Unfortunately, if they become alerted to your presence, you will not be able to sedate them. I tried that once. It didn't go very well.
There's the mother. She's quite an impressive specimen, in both size and ferociousness.
Okay. The gas is now loaded. Unfortunately, the terminal to trip the containment system is all the way over there. And just like the loading ports for the sedative canisters, there is a Raptidon nearby. Fortunately, he doesn't seem to linger. There he goes. As near. Betty bye time. All right. That's the Raptidon mother. They're all doing a sleep. Let me... Actually, I did not check along this periphery. I guess that poor bastard got caught in here and got eaten. That one too. Alright. Now that that's done, the only task remaining, though just for good measure, I am going to close that door. Thankfully, Raptidons cannot open doors. At least not yet. And while some Raptidons did have to be killed, because we didn't really have a whole lot of other choice, the ones that matter, or the one that matters, I should say, is safely sedated for Anton's people to come and pick up.
Finally.
Now what to do with you?
I've never been so pleased at the sight of an open door. Please tell me you've cleared a way out of here. So you have. I am much obliged. And now, if you do not mind, I have had quite enough of this wretched place. Oh, really? And why, pray tell, would I do a thing like that? Your point is well taken. I would rather not spend the rest of my days looking over my shoulder for the shadow of my headhunter. Here, take the damned research. Tell Crane I hope he chokes on it.
Very kind. Goodbye. And let me see here. Oh, well, looking at something totally different. Never mind. Now she's going to run out the side door. And I think the surviving outlaws are going with her. I'm not entirely clear on how she gets out of Roseway proper. Especially considering that I didn't see any other ships at the landing platform.
Hey there. You the fella Cass called about? That I am. Got left out here to watch for reinforcements. Name's Lillian. Hope you're having a better time than us. I've had better. Lost some things in a dust-up. But I didn't get eaten like some of our crew. Got that going for me. My damn cigarettes, for one thing. I was near the Raptidon pen when they got loose. Had to set a few to rights. When I got to checking if all my parts were still attached, I realized I'd dropped my cigarette case. I look busy to you. It's surrounded by pissed-off Raptidons. My mama didn't raise no dumbasses.
Fair enough.
This was a Spacer's Choice commemorative case. Some promo for Founding Day they did back in, I forget the year. Worth decent bits to collectors.
Wouldn't hurt to do her a nice turn, would it, Captain?
An outdoor Raptidon pen yonder, past the main entrance. Law only knows why they're breeding the damn things. I'd be obliged. Just don't lose any parts trying.
And, oh, sorry, Vicar. Just for the record, yes, this is a quest to retrieve a person's cigarettes. But this entire game is one giant tongue-in-cheek critique of excessive corporatism. Okay, you're not going to shoot at me, so I'm not going to shoot at you. Nice hat.
it's done!
Nice one!
I'm gonna shoot you.
Everyone all right?
Little. All right, Vicar, you okay? Yeah, well, when I find him some better armor, I will gladly put it on him. All right. Ah. This cigarette case is metal-lined and embossed with an iconic rendering of the Hope. The name Lillian is signed on the inside of the metal lid. Commissioned by Spacer's Choice for a Founding Day anniversary promotion honoring the lives lost with the Hope. Nothing like a good smoke to help you remember someone dying in the airless void of space, gasping for breath in their... Oh my God.
That was made for the 50th anniversary of the Hope. I remember that. I just got back from school. Dad set candles on our doorstep.
Y'all don't know where I'm from, do you? You'll find out eventually. What do we got here? L. Han. Dear Sir and/or Madam, this is an automated message generated to inform you of a security breach somewhere in the vicinity of the Roseway Laboratory and Outpost. Auntie Cleo wishes to inform you that in the event of a security breach, you are expected to destroy evidence of any ongoing experiments of questionable legitimacy. Please retrieve any available weapon and commence elimination of your cache of imported Raptidons. Please remember to disable electric fences before attempting to enter Raptidon pens. Auntie Cleo frowns upon the use of any weaponry made or designed by Spacer's Choice. If your body is found carrying an unauthorized weapon designed by Spacer's Choice, Incorporated, you may be fined for violating your non-competition agreement. How the hell? You know what? Never mind. Never mind. I keep forgetting who I'm dealing with here. You might die in the process, but if we find a Spacer's Choice weapon on your dead body, we will fine you for having it. I guess they take that competition very, very seriously. Some competition is a good thing. Healthy, important to good commerce, you know, to a healthy economy, essentially. I already said healthy, but I'm going to say it again. Healthy. But when it starts going to those levels, you've just entered the realm of incredulity, and yeah. If people start to side-eye you, it is totally deserved. Welcome, El Han. Oh boy. El Han R. Porter, the mating habits of the... You know what? We're not going to read that one. Anton Crane, the working habits of the Common Security Chief. Dr. Crane, please do something about Reuben. He won't stop checking in on my Raptidons. Just today, he told me that I need to improve security on my Raptidon pen on the occasion that brigands and bandits fall upon Roseway. Given the secrecy of our operation, I hardly think we're in any danger of falling prey to roving outlaws. For goodness sake, Anton, we're on the ass end of Terra 2 here. C. O'Malley to L. Han, A. Crane, R. Porter, and 53 others. Look upon my works, ye mighty, and despair. To whom it may concern, if you are reading this letter, you are either of the odious and perfidious faction of tyrants known as the Board, or you are one of my people wasting time on patrol. If you are the former, know that the days of your iron-fisted rule over the colony of Halcyon are numbered. As the day of your reckoning approaches, I advise you to consider the words written on the pedestal of Ozymandias and reflect on the human condition. If you are the latter, get back on patrol, you dolts. Okay, then. Those odious and perfidious Board people. And then we start quoting from Ozymandias. Now, seeing as we don't necessarily have to rush back now, as we have finished the primary objective here. Surprise.
Watch out, Captain!
Wow, not even a scratch.
There's another one right there. And there. Where'd that other one fall? How weird. Yeah. Ah. He had nothing on him. Right. There is a bit of a worn roadway through here. I do believe, yes, this goes around to that auxiliary building set off to the back.
Destined to die!
Okay, we're not having this. Where is it? Hold still, you. Thank you. Okay, I think. Yes, that is everybody. Now, once again, let's go around the houses. Don't believe I've ever... Six, 9. Let me look at Parvati. What is she? 4. So let's switch her to 6. Now that's Marauder armor. We don't... do it this way. Okay. Let's see what Parvati is carrying. 131. Switch her to that. And switch her to that. And then as for Vicar Max, I think he'll be okay for the time being. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's see what kind of modification could be done to the armor. Now, the armoring, you can have, there's scores of mods for helmets, weapons, armor. These both essentially do the same thing. I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. Now this is a totally aside thing, but it is connected to a companion quest, or I guess you'd call it a quest, that you will encounter a little later. Oh, hello.
Incoming!
Get them!
We were destined to prevail.
You said it, Vicar. Actually, let me hold on to that. I will upgrade someone's primary weapon with it. This is one of those times when I do dearly wish that there was a flashlight. You half the time can't see squat in some of these dark places, but that's okay. We will manage.
Cleanliness isn't much of a priority, I take it.
Not in this place, Vicar. What do we got here? If you need to get into the armory and don't have the code, ask me. If I'm not around, check the front desk at the Antibiotics Lab, Masha. Then, yeah. Canned salt tuner. I thought I heard an auto mechanical. Oh, what do we got here? Feeling irate? Try Auntie Cleo's Narchocollectic bars, now with 3% real CCN 76. Okay, from Volkova M. Dr. Crane, pursuant to our conversations of the previous week regarding why is the ammunition storage locker larger than my bathroom, I have dispatched Sullivan with the triplicate paperwork you requested. As a reminder, I am currently the sole property manager for all three facilities, and I remain the only person required to sleep on site rather than in Roseway. According to Human Resources standards, my position entitles me to refreshment facilities of not less than 4 square meters. How generous. I spent all yesterday cleaning a man's arm out of a meat grinder, and I don't even have a damned shower out here. Fix it, or I'm going to start breaking into your room and showering there. Then you can experience the joy of cleaning gristle out of your drain. Remember, I have entire crates of Mag Picks here. You know I can do it. Respectfully, Maria Volkova. And then here's another one. Ruben, I'm starting to run low on caffeine supplements. Any chance you could bring some by? I've had an urge to rearrange my storeroom all day. Maybe you could help with that again, or not. We could hike to the terraformer. It's been a while since last time. Wind in my hair, just quiet. I wouldn't mind that. Feels like all I do anymore is mop up viscera or sit here twiddling my thumbs. I don't know. You tell me. And again, Anton, haven't heard back from you regarding the paperwork. There was a receipt of acknowledgement right on top. I expect you to sign and return it forthwith. While I have your eye, have you heard from Porter? Doesn't seem like anyone's responding to my messages today, M. And then Porter comes in. Things are hairy out here. Lock the doors. Keep your head down. Stay safe, Mashenka. I'll come for you. Okay. Inventory logs. 00473. How exciting. The usual issue. 5% incidence of side effect. Recovered from Doc Orson. Dumped them back in the parts locker. Inventory logged for personal use only. Requested a secured workroom to use in my off hours. Assigned a bench in the mechanical maintenance room of the armory. A splendid bonus. Well... a lot of dead raptidons in here.
Skills are unrivaled.
It wasn't that exciting. Okay, I'm not seeing anything here.
Unexpected.
You won't get any mercy from me.
Kaboom.
This place is smaller than a prison cell. Makes me claustrophobic.
What is that? Oh. All right, now let's go back downstairs and get that door open. And here we are. Ah. Okay, so we can definitely give Parvati this. It's medium. I'll give her a little bit more protection. Now. Okay. Force phlogisynchrotron pistol. Force phlogisynchrotron synchrotron pistol. Status: functional. Untrained personnel must attend Site Safety Seminar S-023 before using. As a seminar officer is not currently available, recommend permanent secure storage. Okay. Nothing else of use here, but going back to this quest, we have located a science weapon. Mandatory consumer broadcasts. This is where the third scientist mentioned that we have not yet met is, or did work.
Sister.
And here are the schematics for the Force Phlogisynchrotron. Detailed drawings of an advanced pistol. Revisions and comments are scrawled across the image in mostly illegible writing, except for the name Orson Shaw scribbled in the corner. The schematics depict a Phlogisynchrotron pistol from a brand named Force, which is not native to the Halcyon colony. It is unclear from these plans what a Phlogisynchrotron does, or is, for that matter, aside from being a pistol. Yay! We did it. Now, give that a boost. That. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. It's funny I don't remember closing this door behind me. Oh well. Oh, I did not. Nope. Break down. Break it down. Wait a minute. Oh. Open your eyes, Drax. Now, these... Hang on a minute. Is Pravati not carrying a... Oh, she is. But it's our... Oh, okay. Never mind. I was thinking of something totally different. Okay. Right. Now, we make our way back to Roseway.
Good.
The only thing you have going for you when you're minding your own business and you just happen to notice a large glowing light laying on the ground is you at least have just enough foresight to think that might not be a good idea for me to step near that or on it. They do at least do you that courtesy. They let you spot it before you step on it. Time to go over here and get fined by the automatic forklift again.
Organic materials detected on roadway. Please ensure mechanisms are free of
Better than nature. Have you given your auntie a hug today? Oh, man. Burke, you're working too hard, bud. Alright, let me think. Where... Crane's in there. Cortez is in there. Trying to think... Okay, that's Vaughn. I cannot remember where Orson is, the one that was working on the weapon. I do know where Vaughn is. He's still in here.
Any news? On that thing we spoke about? You know, that thing?
Calm down. I found your experiment.
Don't keep me in suspense. Did you get my stuff? I mean, not mine. It's for other parties. Buyers.
Of course.
No kidding? You're the best! This is gonna make me so popular. I mean with the people who buy it, not by using it. Because I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Of course not.
Take this. You earned it. If you run into me again after all this is over, maybe I'll have more. Pleasure doing business with you.
That would mean coming back to Roseway. Which I don't really think I've got all that much impetus to do so. But hey, who am I to judge? Oh. Anton?
You've returned. What news? Please tell me you've recovered my research. Without my work to focus on, I find myself tending towards darker paths of inquiry. That is wonderful news. I'd feared the worst. Of course they do. Please don't mistake my ambition for callousness.
Well, oddly enough, that... I'll talk to him again.
You've returned. What news? Please tell me you've recovered my research. Without my...
Yes, yes.
My research? Please tell me you've recovered it.
Yes, here it is.
That's... You can't possibly understand the enormity of what you've done for me. And what, pray tell, is the status of our raptidons? Capital. Excellent. If we're done here, I'd like to get back to work. You understand? Actually, there is something else. Why do you suppose Auntie Cleo's would want to market diet toothpaste to the lower classes? Yes, but that doesn't quite ring true. There's something amiss here. It nags at me like a sore tooth, but I can't for the life of me figure out why. By the architect, this could be a disaster. Why did I not realize that? That would have been enough before, but you questioning my motives, my compassion, has unsettled me. All I cared about before was Byzantium. I believed getting there was everything, that my life would finally have meaning.
Right. Well, that's the best I can do with Anton. Now, I think... Where is it? I have two options for the force pistol schematics. I could take them to Orson, who's in here, or I could take them back to Gladys on the groundbreaker. Sell it or exchange it for the nav key to Monarch and save myself the expense of having to shell out 10,000 bits. The only real boost that I would get by giving the plans to Orson is that I would get a special pistol out of it. Here he is right here. And a boost in reputation with Auntie Cleo. Now, of course, you know, when you have higher reputation with the various corporate groups, it does give you discounts at vending machines, but the trade-off is usually I do give the plans back to Orson and just pay the 10,000 bit price tag on that Monarch nav key. But I don't know. Let's talk to Orson briefly, see what he says.
Ah, outlaws, I assume. Do me a favor and let me finish this, will you? And then make it quick, please. Aren't you with the brutes that attacked our lab? Aren't you here to pillage our supplies and leave our corpses to the raptidons?
No.
Oh, well, good luck. Now, if we got the carbon in here, it's just a matter.
Typical boffin.
Of course, because I didn't. Oh, you're still here. If you haven't already, you might speak to Anton. He can point you in the right direction. Now, if we got the carbon in here.
Really?
What does it look like? I'm preparing a personal defense device. Or trying to, anyway. Why, yes. I suppose I could. Thanks. No. Well, yes. Well, no. Perhaps. I left schematics in our storage facility. As far as I know, the security commander hasn't found them yet. I admit I'd feel better were they returned to me. I found an advanced pistol when we moved here, but it's broken. I need those schematics to modify it to output superheated air. It should quite easily burn through raptidon hides.
You know what?
Out the south gate. Follow the road. It'll be on the left, past the old lab.
Screw it.
What a relief. You hold months of work in your hands. Anton would have just given them to Porter without a second thought. What a waste of potential that would have been.
Let's see what this does.
Sadly true. Contraband does tend to fetch a high price among the colony's ne'er-do-wells. So be it. I'll buy them off of you. Much obliged. Here are your bits. Now, let's see here. Attach this, twist that, apply a little pressure, and voila! I can finally call this little side project complete. Thank the law. Oh. I can't be caught with this. You take it. If R&D buys the schematics from me, perhaps I'll get you the first model, hot off the presses. I'll, call you? Yes, I'll call you.
All right then. And we have received the ultimatum. It is a rather formidable little pistol. Not quite as powerful as the Vermin, but still could be fun. Hello, Vicar. And since we're in the neighborhood, right. And there we have it. We have essentially cleared out Roseway. There is one more thing I want to go get while we're nearby, though. And it means going around back of the town here. There is a cave somewhere back here.
Incoming!
You're destined to die!
Nice hit! Everyone all right?
All right. No, I see a canid.
Here we go!
Okay. I'm not entirely sure, but this might have been the cave, or at least one of the caves mentioned in that message to Vaughn about buying his...
Oh yeah, I know what this is. Sometimes folks at the cannery would ask me to set these up for them.
Raptidon Musk Aphrodisiac. And yes, they're brewing hooch of some form or another. All right, that completes that. Now we are going to move across to the landing platform. Well, that's going to do it for this episode, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, drop a like. Consider subscribing if you haven't already so that you'll see my future videos. If you have any questions, thoughts, or constructive criticisms, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I enjoy reading anything you have to share. I will see you in the next episode, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Cheers.